Ta-da. Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. What's going on with the camera? It's a bit red this morning. Let me just do this. It's even worse. Like that. Good morning, how are you all doing on this Thursday morning? One day closer. It's even worse. One day closer to game day, and with it being the 30th of April, it means tomorrow. Let me just make sure I've got all this right, because it does mean that tomorrow is
Mayday, 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 Mayday.
Mayday. Yes, what an anthem that was, wasn't it? Tell me who did the Mayday anthem. If you know it, that is. We'll just give it a little bit of go again.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Celtic need to ring that out over the tannoy. Get some good old techno tunes on for the 1990s to get these old buggers going at Celtic Park. Give them a little bit of a shock. Get that stadium rocking for 90 minutes again. Maybe to give them something else on the way in. You never know. But anyway, good morning everyone in the chat. Celtic do have a game this weekend. When we look at the fixtures and when we look at Hibernian away, it is 3 hours, 3 minutes and 27 minutes, 3 days, 3 hours and 27 minutes until kickoff. At the time of recording this, so if you're watching this later on, it will obviously have changed because you're not watching it live. Just putting that out there. It's amazing some of the comments you get. No, it's not. It's not. I've just checked. Good morning to Rob. Just about to start driving. If I miss you, hello. I'm not being rude. That's okay. Just carry on driving. You shouldn't be listening to me when you're driving. Well, maybe you should. I don't know how you're doing that, but it's modern technology for you. Anyway, Martin O'Neill's got a big decision to make this weekend because Celtic haven't fared very well against Hibernian over the course of this season. Just back in February, we were beaten 2-1 by a Hibernian. Yes, back in February, we were beaten 2-1 by Hibernian. Kind of put a bit of a dent in our title hope, but we came back in and fought on and managed to get ourselves joint top of the table, which is, well, just under joint top of the table. You know what I mean? We're nearly there. We're nearly there, 3 points behind. We did beat Hibernian in the league 2-1 this season in November, which was a strange one because it was just before Wilfred Nancy came into Celtic. It was like a big sayonara from the manager, and Wilfred Nancy came in the December. And then when you look back to the beginning of the season at September under Brendan Rodgers, we drew 0-0. It's not going to be an easy game. God, I look white as anything now. Just changed everything a bit. It looks a bit better. There's a bit of colour in my skin. Yeah, the light's all strange this morning. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy game. But I was currently flying a plane. Videos on as you. You're currently flying a plane. Stephen, you need to elaborate on that. You're not currently flying a plane and you've got the video on as usual. There's no danger. I want photographic evidence of you flying a plane and you with your mobile phone and me on YouTube. Rocking the prison tan. Yeah, definitely. Totally. It's like the council tan in full effect, isn't it? Anyway, what team does Martin O'Neill pick this weekend? Considering we started off the season with a 0-0 draw, we then went on to beat them briefly. They beat us, and yeah, we know how the seasons kind of went against Hibernian at Hibs away. I've got to say, it is never an easy game, but this team have got a title to try and win. It's time to turn it up, Celtic. It's okay. We need to go just full pelt and turn it up. We need to be absolutely buzzing for every single game. So Martin O'Neill's got a dilemma. Who does he start up front? With it being Thursday morning, I thought we would do a little bit of team prediction for the game. We'll always be completely wrong, but obviously Sinisalo will be in goals. Martin O'Neill will go with the strongest backline he has. This might upset some people, though, because he's going to start with Alistair Johnson at the back. He's going to start with Liam Scales and Austin Trusty and Kieran Tierney. People will say start Sriracha. Kieran Tierney offers you way much more, unfortunately. And who on earth is doing the transfer negotiations on behalf of the future manager that we're going into talks with Marcelo Sriracha? That's the big question. Has the future manager, have we got a DeLorean? We don't need a DeLorean. You just pick up the phone. You don't need to look into the future to see who the next manager is. I'm sure Dermot and Celtic just pick up the phone and say, Sriracha, buy or not buy. It's like the banker, isn't it? You've got all the players sitting with their box numbers. And you've got Martin phoning up the next manager, who's really the banker, putting on his Noel Edmonds voice. And he's phoning them. And he's got the box number and it's player number. And it's like, deal or no deal? No deal. Fucking get them punted. That's what it is, isn't it? It's a case of no deal or no deal at Celtic. Anyway, the back four will be Kieran Tierney, Austin Trusty, Liam Scales, and Alistair Johnson. If you agree with that, tell me in the comments. Lawrence came straight in ahead. She's on the ball this morning. Sinisal, she must have had that pre-typed out, and she's done a cut and paste job. She's done it that quick. Sinisalo, Alistair Johnson, Trusty, Scales, Kieran Tierney, McGregor, Engels. Are you reading my notes? You're like reading my screen. This fucking giants. Anyway, she's got that back four. She's got McGregor, Engels, Benji Negrin, Yang, Maida, and Sriracha in front. Whoa. That's not my team. Sriracha on the wing. Yeah, that's you killed it there by putting Sriracha. I thought you'd maybe got it right there. But yeah, Lauren. Anyway, in the midfield will be Callum McGregor, Benji Negrin, and Arnie Engels. They will start the game because they are the three big players. You'll get Oxley Chamberlain will come on in the second half, and I reckon Luke McCowan for his sins will come on in the second half also. Will there be space for Rio Hitati at Hibs away, or has his lackadaisical approach to football given Martin O'Neill other concerns? Anyway, Tam the Czech will be on the bench. Iniacho, will he start ahead of Dyson Maeda through the middle? For me, the wingers that will start will be Tenekte and James Yang. Tenekte and Yang will start. Yeah, Tenekte will start, Yang will start, and I think that Dyson Maeda will start through the middle. You'll have Iniacho on the bench. Tam the Czech might not even make the bench. You will have James Forrest on the bench also. You might get Tam the Czech and Iniacho on the bench. Or does Martin O'Neill mix it up a bit and bring Callum Osmond into the fray? That young, energetic football player with bags of pace and a little bit of skill that's just waiting to score goals for Celtic. Anyway, I don't think risk Johnson at the start. Why not, Kev? Chilpel likes Lauren's team. A lot of people are writing about Lauren's team this morning. I think Sriracha offers more than Tierney. He may do, but his crossing ability and his goal-scoring prowess compared to Kieran Tierney doesn't match, unfortunately. I can understand why some of you may think that. You can understand why you would maybe go, yes, Sriracha's got a little bit of an edge over Tierney, but Tierney brings experience, and I'm sorry, but at this point of the season, no manager, every single manager will go with players that have been in this position before, that know the pressure, that know what's expected. Even if you get a fantastic 60 minutes out of the majority of these players and you've got to make changes, you make sure that you have the players. I mean, I don't think that bringing Kieran Tierney on as a substitute is you're going to get the best out of him, because it takes Kieran a little time to get into the game, and I think that playing him from the start, getting some of those crosses in, a couple of shots at goal, you never know. Kieran Tierney would be the man. But it is all about opinions. That's why it's called the One Celtic Fans View. Just with the game, Baz. That's all we want. And then the Hun versus Wee Hun draw. It's very true. It will be an interesting one. But for me, it is all about this weekend, because it's party weekend. It is
Mayday, 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 Mayday.
It is Mayday. It's the Mayday weekender. It's always the big one when it comes to football, because everyone goes out and gets absolutely, well, they used to, didn't they? Used to get absolutely smashed, and then it was all, you always ended up with a Sunday game on the Mayday weekend. So it was a confusing one, because you'd pretty much been up most of the night. And then you were like, sometimes you'd just been up all night. And you were just like, you get on the bus and folk are like, oh no, he's pissed already. They're pissed already. We've not even left the pub yet, and you walk into the pub pissed. The good old days. Anyway, when we look at the other games in the SPFL this weekend, the fixtures, we obviously know when Celtic are playing. The games start off on Friday evening. Livingston versus Aberdeen on Friday, the 1st of May. Yes, that. Got that again.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday.
Yes, the Aberdeen game is on the 1st of May versus Livingston, away to Livingston, who got a shock result in the last couple of weeks. Then we take on the Saturday, the 2nd of May. I'll get it up on the screen, why not? The 2nd, I'll put this over here, television for you. I'll just put that there. I've disappeared. Put me there so you could see the times that the games are kicking off. You have Dundee versus St Mirren, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, and Falkirk versus Motherwell. That'll be an interesting one. Motherwell will want to try and go out and obviously try and get the win. Motherwell will want to win also. That'll be an interesting game. That could be the game of the day. And then you've got Kilmarnock versus Dundee United. And then on the Sunday is the big one, as far as Celtic fans are concerned. We have Hibernian versus Celtic. It is a 12 o'clock kickoff, and hopefully that puts Celtic can put a little bit of pressure on the team at the top of the table. Just give me a table, you rockets. Yes, hopefully Celtic can put a little bit of pressure. Celtic are in 2nd place on 70 points. It's a massive one, because if Celtic can get the 73 points and then it's a draw, it does put Hearts 1 point in front of Celtic come Monday night. Puts a little bit more pressure on them. Even a Rangers win would be fantastic, but it would mean that Rangers are still in the mix for winning the title. Celtic would have to definitely beat Rangers at Celtic Park. We're going to have to do that anyway. It is all about winning all our own games. Can we close the gap when it comes to goals? Celtic need to start banging in a few goals if they want to be convincing champions. You know, last season we kind of stuttered over the line, and it was, we got it done with a couple of weeks spare. Let's say that. We did get it done with a couple of weeks spare, but all the hard work was done at the beginning of the season. Celtic have never been in this position before. Celtic have never been in the position where they've had to really fight for it. This will tell how good the mentality of this current Celtic squad are. Do they have it within them to turn it up? Do they have it in them to rekindle that flame of some of the fantastic results that we've had over the course of the season? We have had some good results over the course of the season in Europe. You know, we kind of fought above our pay grade in certain games. But when it came to the league under Wilfred Nancy, we were a complete annihilation. It's embarrassing to think that that man was even Celtic manager. So let me see what some of your teams are. Tierney scores goals. Yes, he does that. That's the reason that I've got Kieran Tierney starting. I'm the most relaxed I've been all season, says Gav Boy. As soon as we won the semi-final, there was a relief. Just going with the flow now. Celtic for the double. Where is Tenecti? Did he play versus Falkirk? I missed it. I was on shift. He came on as a sub, I believe. Big Tam not going to get the starting 11 or the subs bench, says Ali 6666. Ox and Kelechi will play a major part in us winning the title. Yes, they will. Do you then offer them new contracts in the summer? With Martin O'Neill handing out contracts like it's confetti to the current Scottish contingent, will that decision be left to the next manager, or will the next manager demand more youthful players? Kelechi isn't that old. He was only about 29 or something. But for a player that said that he's 100% fit and at the top of his game, and Martin O'Neill says, mate, you're talking hogwash, and if you're at the top of your game, you would never have got in my team 20 years ago. In fact, you wouldn't get anywhere near it. Kieran Tierney subbed on. Okay, positive was attacking, running, talking about thingy. I think Dyson will start and later Kelechi. Dyson moves to the left wing. Yes, I think that's so. Waiting on my stuff coming for the Celtic shop today, says Catholic Rebel. Not another penny campaign. Sorry, I had to get that in. Are we wanting a draw with the big hunts and the wee hunts? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I think that Hearts will beat Rangers. I don't think that Rangers have got it in them. Especially the way that Hearts ground out the result against Hibs. I think that the Hibs game will prove a harder game than the Rangers game. Even though Hibs went down to 9 men in that game, they defended for their skin, and I don't think that Rangers have got that in them. I don't think the Rangers have got nowhere near the type of performance that Hibs team put in. But then again, you never know. Rangers could come out and score four goals. And that's a complete game changer because it does keep them 1 point behind us in the league, and it keeps them in contention. You know, and then it does go down. It brings it all down to the derby game for Celtic. Brings it down to the derby game, and when you look at the fixtures that are left, as we'll just click on to this screen just to really confuse people now. It is 3 hours, 3 minutes, and 3 days, 3 hours, 10 minutes, and 47 seconds at the time of recording this video live. 3 days, 3 hours. You should have waited till it was all threes and then switched on. Just for a bit of luck. Anyway, Hibernian game is this weekend. It is the early kickoff at this is European time, so don't get confused. This is why it confuses everyone, because this is obviously European times. Is this 12 o'clock kickoff? What are you doing, man? It's not 1 o'clock at all. Yeah, I know. This is just because I'm in Europe. I'm way ahead of you. Rangers game is a 12 o'clock kickoff, although it says 1 o'clock in Europe. Motherwell game, and I think that if we get the result, if the results go the right way, the big game from a Celtic perspective is the derby game. It's a must win, and it's a must win convincingly if we have any aspirations to win the title. Every single fan at Celtic Park on that day must be up for it, and by up for it I mean making noise like it's a European night. None of this sitting on in your jacksie and allowing this away team to get comfortable. We need to make Celtic Park an absolute cauldron for 90 minutes. And I know that a lot of that comes down to the Green Brigade, and they did a fantastic job of it at the last game. Let's hope that we can make some noise for the boys at that game as well and get it over the line, because it then goes to Motherwell. Motherwell away. That's not going to be an easy game either. There's no easy games. It's all must-wins. If Celtic falter at any stage in the next 2 weeks, we will not be champions. And it's just over 2 weeks. You know, it's just, yeah. Sad, isn't it? Do you feel sad that it's the end of the season? I know that we've got to the 23rd of May, but will you be glad that this season's over? Or will it be a relief? No matter what happens, do you know, if you win the double, will you sit and go, how the hell? You know, I think on Monday the 25th, we'll do an epic live and we'll just talk about everything that's happened over the course of the season. And maybe even on the Sunday night as we all sober up. With the realisation that Leo Lennon's been offered the job in the shower room at Hampden. We all start crying. Oh man. It's going to be one of those, we're going to look back at it and go, what on earth happened? And the thing is, we've never been in a position where it's all condensed. Everything that we aspire to achieve is all condensed down to the next 5 games. We've never been in this position for a very long time. And it's was that part of my set? No, it wasn't. It was West Bam that did that. It wasn't us. It was West Bam that did it, mate. It was West Bam. I don't think anybody put West Bam in the comment section until now. Right, let's jump back onto the screen so we'll know the fixtures that are coming. Got to beat Hibs for sure. If Hearts beat Rangers, we lose. I think it's curtains. I think we'll be at risk starting Johnson, bring him on, get him game time fitness, and then start against hands. Now, I think that you need to play him. You're not going to get him game time fitness by bringing him on for 20 minutes. I would say there's more chances you're bringing him on for about 60 minutes, 65 minutes, even a first half. Do you know? Give him a full 45 minutes because it's going to be a battle against Rangers. If you think the Hibs game is going to be hard, Rangers are going to be wanting. So they're either going to go one or two ways with the Rangers. They're going to come out and want to battle, or they're going to fold into their shells. They're just going to collapse, and Celtic will run riot. It was 8 years ago this week. 8 years ago this week that Celtic demolished Rangers to win the title. Absolutely demolished Rangers to win the title. It came up on my Facebook. Memories yesterday of that glorious day. And if you remember the scoreline, tell me in the comment section without going away and Googling it. I can't believe the position we are in. The next 4 games are going to be unbelievable, says Peter. Me too. It's. I'm sitting in my caravan on the Buckfast at 8:48 in the morning. On the Buckfast at 8:41. NAHO needs a month's supply of Manjaro. That's just a month. I think you're right. Do you offer Oxlade and Kelechi contracts as the experience in and around the training, as well as having solid reliability to bring on? Is it worth it? Says John. It's an interesting one because, I mean, going back to the squad, we need to bring in a good striker in the next window. Do you know, Tam the Czech will not be offered a contract at Celtic. Junior Adamu, well, that one's come back to bite Martin O'Neill on the bum. So's Joel Mavuka. Everything that he said good about these 3 players. They will not be offered contracts at Celtic. So it does leave you with... And Dice Maeda will be away this summer. So it leaves us with Callum Osmond and Johnny Kenny up front. You know, and... Okay, you could sign Kelechi Iheanacho, but we need to go out and buy someone else. We need a striker that can play full 90 minutes. We need someone that can bang in 30 goals. Kelechi Iheanacho doesn't have a history of banging in 20 goals a season. We need Callum Osmond might be that young guy that comes on and goes, do you know what? I'm going to grab the bull by the horn, as they say, and just run riot at Celtic. That would be fantastic if he did. it would save Celtic a lot of money. The board would be absolutely ecstatic. Celtic fans would then say, "Oh, we're going for the cheap option, bringing in Kelechi Iheanacho and Callum Osmond and Johnny Kenny. That's it. It's down. It's all failure. We're fucking rotten. Sack a board, sack a board, sack a board." It's just predicting next season. But anyway, yes. Would you give them a new contract? That's the thing. I mean, I could see it for Oxlade-Chamberlain, for what Oxlade-Chamberlain's done it at the highest level. Iheanacho, I'm still undecided. I'll leave that up to the next manager. I can't see us winning the league. I'd say I can't see us winning it with Gav Boy. Yeah, been a lot of negativity. How are we still in it? Have we watched the other mints? Buzz, stream it. Stream what? Callum? Stream it. Is that abusive? Huns game is the important one, and we have struggled against them for 2 years now. Time to show up. Yes, it's time to turn it up, as we say. It's time to turn it up. Nah, pump it. That's an old tune as well. No easy games, Bastards. Joseph. Draw on Monday, and then we beat the Huns next week to call time on their league. I'm up for that. But ideally, you would want Hearts to beat Rangers, and then us to beat Rangers, and that takes them out the equation. For me, that would be an ideal result. It's not the result that you want, but it takes it right down to me. It's been that pish. Yeah, only if we win the double. Talking about this league season, it feels like a season just started the last 2 games due to manager changing, players not turning up, etc., etc., etc. As much as I want the season to be over, the summer is a bigger problem than this season. Tell me about it. Hearts usually do try hard against that lot. It feels like a nightmare this season. Does it feel like a nightmare? The story of this season will be incredible if we do win the double. Imagine the montages people will put together. It will be... If we win this season, I mean, in 1986, I was just a lad. And I was still at high school, and I don't have a great recollection of the 1986 season. Because obviously I was too young. I remember the 1988 season because I left school early. Just get it, leave, go. You're fucking useless. But anyway, I remember the 88 season, and that was phenomenal because we'd done the double in 88, and it was glorious. The weather was fantastic, and then I went away to Spain right after the Scottish Cup final. 60 to 65 minutes for Alistair Johnson. I just want to see McInnes crying on Celtic Park pitch. Like we all do. 5-0, says Paul Baird. 5-0 against Hibs. This board are so full of ideas, they will probably go for Gordon Strachan with a Neil Lennon partnership. It was 5-0. Yes, it was 5-0. That's what Paul Baird was talking about. 5-0. The Rangers game when we demolished them to win the league 8 years ago. 5-0. I think it was 5. Yeah. And everyone's coming in with it. 5-0. Missed that there. Yes. We need to bring in good wingers. Let's not even talk about it. The only one will be Sriracha. I love the confidence versus the Huns. Our midfield steamrolled them every game since Brendan Rodgers. We never addressed that problem. We've never addressed the problem of... There's big changes coming at Celtic this summer. And one of the biggest changes will be in the midfield at Celtic. Celtic will go into this summer with Rio Hatate having left the team, with Arne Engels potentially moved on for big bucks. Benji Nygren, there's chat of offers coming in for Benji Nygren. That would leave us with maybe Callum McGregor. Maybe. Callum McGregor might stick around because he may think, I can't jump ship just now. Don't know, as much as the offer from Brendan is fantastic, I mean, if I jump ship, it leaves Paulo Bernardo, Luke McCowan, and maybe Oxlade Chamberlain in the midfield. That's unbelievable. Oxlade Chamberlain might look at the Celtic then and go, what's the chances? Who's the new manager? Mm, yeah, you're all right, mate. Get a pass, I think. But you never know. But then again, Oxlade Chamberlain might go, do you know what? As a new manager coming in, I've got one more crack at European football. I want to try and win another league with Celtic. I want to try and just end my career on a high, like Joe Hart. Oxlade Chamberlain says that he's got a big love for Celtic, having been next door neighbour to Andy Robertson for years. Maybe Celtic will bring in Andy Robertson. You never know. And you never know. Do you know? It may work out that Callum McGregor does leave and Celtic go, right, okay, we're bringing in Andy Robertson. Be interesting. But it could be completely decimated the midfield. Johnny Kenny's getting a contract for being Republican. No, he's got a 5-year contract. He's only 2 years into his 5-year contract, he's not. Or is he 3 years? Stack the board no matter who we bring in. We need some legs up front. Sorry. Legs 11. It's one of those days. John Higgins, Celtic title bet is still going. John Higgins has won the title before, the same time as Celtic, and then he brought it to Celtic Park. Remember that? And his brother used to sit not far away from me, and he was often seen in that lounge also. Iniacho, no new contract with respect to him. I'm kind of, it's 50-50 with me and Iniacho because yeah, I don't think that he's if we have the opportunity to go out and buy someone that has a history of scoring more than 10 goals a season, I think that we should go for them rather than Iniacho. Iniacho doesn't have that history. You can go back his stats. He's never been a prolific goal scorer. And I think that that's what we need back at Celtic. His push couldn't finish his dinner. If it was 2 peas and a when is the committee letting us know about the Derby ticket situation? It's meant to be today. It must be this week. It's meant to be today. All the games are important between now and the end of the season. Yes, they are that. If Sevco beat Hearts, they come to paradise full of bluster and bravado. And that's when they fall flat on their gimp masked faces. Kenny's going to be a great striker for us. I wish Iniacho had his energy. Will Johnny Kenny come back and prove thousands and thousands and thousands of Celtic fans wrong? And because there's a lot of Celtic fans, and many on this channel, said that get Kenny to, he's not a Celtic player, he's banging bitch, man. Johnny Kenny says, go and hold that for a minute, mate. And goes and scores goals. Maybe that's his sense. We went 19 games unbeaten, I think, in 1986, says Joseph, a long time ago. I wish Kenny had quarter of Iniacho's quality. Oh, that's a leveler, that one. That's like a bitch slap for bitch slap post. If we beat Hibs 5-0, the Huns and Money Huns will have, the mainstream media will have conspiracy meltdown. Can't see Ranger Heart beat us at full stadium crowd. That is the difference. Crowd coming back for these games. There's always concern, most especially the Motherwell one. I think that the big one. McGregor's recent interviews very similar to Rodgers' ones before he left. I think he'll go in the summer. We did have a picture of Cal Mack there after the last game at Celtic Park. Some people say that he's almost got a tear in his eye at this when Celtic managed to snap this. Looking up to the gods. Will this be my third last game at Celtic Park, a place that I grew up and played football? for 95% of my career. He was put out on loan as a youngster and came back and has been a great servant to the club. Will he make them well, after he said to the media, Celtic need to meet my ambition. And Martin O'Neill says, is that right? He said that. It wasn't lost in translation. He wasn't talking pish. He actually said that. Well, he's just a player, isn't he? Just a player. Yeah, he's just a player. Martin O'Neill's exact words about Callum McGregor. He's captain. Okay, he's an important player, but he's just a player. I'm getting quite good at this Martin O'Neill impersonation, aren't I? Just about as old as him. Oxlade's on 50 grand a week. Oh, he's off. No, thank you. Oh, wee. There's no way is Oxlade-Chamberlain on 50 grand a week. Not a chance. He was without a club. There's no way is Oxlade-Chamberlain demanding 50 grand a week when he was without a club. Not a chance. Celtic would never pay anyone that was without a club training with another club for free to keep himself fit. Are you mad, mate? Are you absolutely mad? Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Afternoon, Ray coming in from, where are you? Still in Vietnam or are you some other country right now? I thought Andy Robertson was on his way to Spurs. No, he's not. He put in a clause. He allegedly accepted it, but it comes with the condition that they are still in the Premier League. If they're not in the Premier League, Calmack's going nowhere. And if they are in the Premier League, Calmack will be staying at Celtic because they won't get Andy Robertson. That's my take on it. If Ox took a drop in wages, yes, but then if not, buy. How much is Ox on as a wage? Because he's another player that was released from his club. So he's not on the same wages that he was on in Spain. He's definitely not on the same wages that he was on down in Leicester. I think that we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves thinking that these players are on big wages because of their names and their reputations. Iniacho was released from his club in Spain. They were wanting shot of him. Just go for nothing. Can I break my contract? Yeah, bugger off. Go and beat it. They were laughing their heads off. Who want you? Celtic? Go. Just let them have him. Anyway, he's always been superb. Iniacho, Kenny, Osman, Kalechi, and sign a new first choice striker and hopefully play 4-4-2. Spurs will be relegated, so Robertson not to go to them. Won't go to them. Could Iniacho play instead of Benji Nigren or with Callum Osman up front? Benji Nigren does F all. Never had a problem with Johnny Kenny. Just think he wasn't ready this season. He wasn't meant to play this season, and this is the big thing. He was meant to go out on loan for the full season, and he gets an awful lot of stick for having to be the Celtic number one when he was not ready. Now, with that being said, would Callum Osmond be ready to have that pressure of being number one striker? I think it comes down to the wingers. I think it definitely comes down to the supply. Sebastian Tenetti, the wingers go by the number of assists that they generally have. Midfielders as well for the strikers. And I don't think that any striker, I mean, when you look at that ball, when you look at the goal that Johnny Kenny scored, and you've got the other young striker down at Bolton that chests it, turns, hits it on the volley right into Johnny Kenny's feet. We weren't getting the ball into Johnny Kenny's feet. Johnny Kenny was having to go out wide to make some space for himself so that players could try and get. We never had wingers getting to the byline and putting in crosses, or getting to the edge of the box and putting in diagonal balls to Johnny Kenny's feet. Celtic are always playing the ball 2 or 3 yards in front of the player or behind the player, more inadvertently. Baz, 2 great moments in 1986. Huns KO changed. Celtic buses got gridlocked on the Kingston Bridge. Coming out and it was 17,500 to Ibrox. There we go. Cal's contract. I think Nancy has nightmares each night over the open the open goals that Johnny Kenny fucked up. Lost 4 in 14 years at Easter Road. It's always a toughie. Ray says Cal has given everything to Celtic. A lot of our fans sound ungrateful and go over the top with some of the criticism he gets. I don't think he's ever given less than 6 out of 10 on a bad day. Cal's contract is 40,000. No, I think Cal McGregor's only on 37,000 a week. Still in Vietnam. The referee and VAR team for the weekend is frightening. Is it not still on the screen down there? I don't know. No, I've changed it. He's asked a few times, so it's Unleash the Ozman. Unleash the Ozman. And bloody phone. Osmond is a confident guy. He won't feel the pressure. Blind drunk with an Etch-a-Sketch. Give Kenny service and he'll score goals. Ibrox celebrations because they thought Walter Kidd had scored. Another highlight of the day. We'll use old geezers tell us a little bit. 86. Remember when we played St Mirren on a Friday night at Ibrox in the league due to work on Love Street. Jeez, that must have been a long time ago. Let the next manager decide if he wants Kenny or not. Any old Celtic fan law. FIFA rules. Who gave them Trump fucking Peace Prize? Yes, let's not talk about that. Only 37 grand a week. Yes, Callum McGregor's only on 37 grand a week, which is crazy. But that was the top scale. You know, at that point at Celtic, Kieran Tierney's came in and kind of ripped up that rule book, paying a little bit more. Should Celtic be paying more for players to attract a better standard of player? Let's face it, going down the road of Joe Mavuka and all the players that we brought in, Michelangelo Balikwisha, what will happen to him in the summer? Baz, give us some come on the hoops. No, because you're probably like screenshotting it or something. Anyway, come on the hoops. Right, that's me done and dusted for this morning. I never thought I'd be on for 42 minutes this morning. Been talking to you lot for ages. Quiet one this morning. Unsurprisingly, for a Thursday. It's I wonder if Celtic will come out with any information today about the season tickets this weekend. Celtic don't play till Sunday. Will Celtic... Martin O'Neill, will he get any interruptions with his press conference tomorrow? Will Celtic allow a player to be interviewed by the media this afternoon? And will Celtic drop the big love bomb? Where is it? Big. Where's your season tickets? Will they do that this weekend? Just to enrage the fans because there's no one at Celtic Park, and then it'll let them think about it for a while. Could be a lot of things happen this weekend. Who would want to be a new manager? Who would want to be a new manager for Celtic? What players would you sell and put on loan to come back? We need a new squad. Yeah, we do need a new squad. But anyway, that is it. It's just need to wait and see what happens. We've got a league to win. Anyway, with only as he says, 3 hours. 3 days, 2 hours, 44 minutes. There we go. 3 hours, 3 days even. 3 days, 2 hours, 44 minutes, 41 seconds. And until and tomorrow is the 1st of May. Have a fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world. Let's just do this again.
Mayday, 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 Mayday.
That's me done and dusted. Go on, beat it, a lot of yous.